Our First Looks coverage is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Get your next laptop, tablet, Xbox, and more by going to firstlooks.tv/Microsoft. Our next guest is here, and I am very excited about this one. I will let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. So I'm Henk van der Wal. I'm a mentor for team 5412, Impossible Robotics from the Netherlands.
From the Netherlands.
So last year we had the opportunity of talking to the Rembrandts.
Yes.
And that was a great conversation. But this year, your team has an interesting story.
Yeah.
Because you only have one team member here.
Yes, we have one. We traveled here with a party of 4. And we actually have one student on the team right now. And I can let you in on how that all happened.
Yeah, definitely.
I have been curious about that since I first heard about this.
Yeah.
Is how you ended up with only one student.
And now you're competing, right?
Yes, we are competing.
Well,
tell us a little
let's
bit
talk
about
about
what happened.
what happened that you only have one student here, and then we'll talk about how you're able to compete.
Okay. So our Dutch school system is very strict. The hours are mandatory, especially for the middle schoolers, because high school over here is like we have a middle school in 2 parts, from 12 to, let's say, 14, and from 14 to 16, 17.
Okay.
And the high schoolers that are 14 or over, you could consider them high schoolers, as they are on the same level.
Sure.
But FIRST Robotics isn't a part of the school program. So because
we have a lot of those problems here too.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's the same problem everywhere.
Yeah.
But in the Netherlands, since the hours are mandatory and robotics is not part of the program, I could not get enough students free from school to join our team for this event.
Because since it's not an official school function, it's not excused absences.
That's right.
We have, I think, 2 or 3 states that have just made FIRST a sport.
Yeah.
So that trips are excused absences.
Yeah.
But it's only 3 of the 50.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
most of this auditorium is going through the exact same problem.
Yeah. And if you have like the college students, we have less problems.
Okay.
But most of them are over 18.
Right.
And we try to put the college students as much in the role of a mentor for the middle schoolers.
Sure.
As we can, because that's how it's a high school program, right? So the college students know a lot more, of course, got a lot more experience.
Sure.
But since it's a learning program, we want the students to learn. So with no experience at all, they have to build a robot with the help of the college students. And it's a fast-track learning, so to speak, fast-track learning experience for them. I know from my own experience, since I am more or less self-taught, that hands-on experience is the best experience to learn. You fail and you fail again, and eventually you figure it out, and that's how you progress.
I totally agree.
I'm absolutely convinced that the students I could get out of school learn a lot more over here. But that's my personal opinion, of course.
Right.
To show you how capable they are, with just 4 students, since we had very little time, with just 4 middle school students, we built most of the robots in 1 weekend, which I think is pretty impressive. We were at the building space of Rembrandts. They had the whole playing field there. We did a scrimmage with Rembrandts and with Robo Lyon from France.
Okay.
So it was kind of an international event. And the scrimmages are great for debugging, and only in our case it ended up building a robot and sleeping on the field in the sleeping bag, which was a lot of fun, by the way. It's like a camping trip, but
Sure.
with the robots.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like a
So,
student lock-in.
yeah.
You're just on a field.
Yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
it's the best time. I 2 years before that, my son isn't with me, unfortunately. My son is the team captain. Probably he has to move and make room for another team captain because he is a college student and he's graduating, so
Okay.
he's getting a little bit too old. But he's the one who started it all.
Okay.
With in 2011-12, the food factor season for First Lego League. He came up to me, he said, "Dad, I have an FLL team and I'm a self-employed engineer, and so no coaching experience." And he said to me, "Dad, we need a coach. Will you coach us?" I said, "Yeah, that's interesting." So I coached that team, and we ended up at the World Invitational right here in Florida.
Yes.
And we won first place award for inspiration.
Nice.
And we had an alliance team with Gloria Gibson, the task bots. They are well known.
Uh-huh.
So I learned from the best.
That's great.
That was an awesome experience. We're still good friends.
That's good.
Unfortunately, she couldn't make it because it had something to do with their school program.
Okay.
It's always the schools.
Sure.
But we're close friends, and we still learn from each other, and that's what I like about FIRST.
Me too.
But FIRST Lego League is pretty developed in our country. We have like 600 FLL teams,
Nice.
and so we came here, we saw FTC, FRC, we said, hey, we want to build the big stuff because they were too old for the next year to progress with FLL.
Okay.
And we came home and we found out there was just one FRC team in the Netherlands, which was the Rembrandts, by
Yes.
the way. So we turned to the Rembrandts, they helped us a lot. We went to a regional with them to North Carolina 2014.
Okay.
And we went to Worlds with them because they won Engineering Inspiration. And the year after, 2015, was Recycle Rush, was our rookie season.
Okay.
So we went to Richmond, Virginia. We won the Rookie Inspiration, which I think is quite, it honors the whole team. And we were so happy with that.
That's
and
great.
So it proves we're not that technical, but like spirit, fun, outreach, a clear signal to the kids. Hey, doesn't matter what your skills are, where you're coming from, there's always room in a team for you.
Absolutely.
That's what the signal we want to send out.
More than robots, right?
Yeah. And now, the year after, we returned to Orlando because it started here, and we completed the circle, and this is the third time here in Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now you're here this year
Yes.
with one of your students,
Yes.
but you're competing.
Yeah.
But to compete in this game, you need like 2 drivers and a human player sometimes. So what have you done?
How does that work?
How is that working?
Yeah. Okay. Since we're called Impossible Robotics, right? Always challenging the impossible. That's our motto.
Sure.
We turned to our friends, Exploding Bacon, and we borrowed some drivers from them. So we put on the Impossible Robotics shirts on them, put the pin on the driver button, and we got a technician from Team Chaos as well.
Okay.
So this is as far as I know, the first international joint US-Dutch FRC team.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
I love looking at it that way. That's great. Yeah. And you and I were talking a couple hours ago about how this is something that only happens in FIRST.
Yeah,
you would
absolutely.
never see a football team say, "Oh, you can't compete."
Yeah.
Well, let me lend you some of our players.
Yeah.
So that they'd go, "Oh, you're going to be disqualified?
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
We'll take the win."
Yeah.
only in FIRST do you see a team go, oh, we can't let you not compete. Here,
Yeah.
Take some of us.
What do you need to make this work?
Yes.
And you see that all the time. Oh, one of your motors burned out. We can't let you hobble on the field. What can we do to make it make
That's
you compete?
gracious professionalism.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And,
Right
yeah.
there.
and when we talk about gracious professionalism, I know the term has kind of gone a little weird on us since that program first started. But when we talk about it, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, absolutely. It's a perfect example of gracious professionalism. And Bacon even helped us with the gripper and intake. It works pretty well. We delivered 2 cubes. So we are the highest ranking for our team yet. I believe we were ranked 32 or something.
Okay.
Which is right in the middle. It isn't bad.
Not bad.
So, but hey, let's find out what happens. They're still working on the robot, get the climber going, and like a winch, so we can do the switch.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what this is all about. You keep competing, keep progressing, keep building, having fun.
Yeah.
It's stressful, but it's the right kind of stress.
Yeah.
I really love this kind of stuff.
Definitely. It's a collaboration of engineers in one team. And I think that's really cool.
I had the opportunity when we were talking down in the pits earlier to watch people from multiple teams, technically people from multiple teams, all on the floor together with tools working on your machine.
Teams.
And that was so cool to see.
I'm very happy with their help, and it shows people do appreciate that we come here. And another reason we came here with only 4, we could have said, hey, this isn't happening, let's stay home. But we wanted to honor the hard work of the middle schoolers that built a robot in one weekend.
Definitely.
So how could we not come over here and try to make this happen?
By making the impossible possible.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
That's the whole idea.
Well, I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm glad that this 3-team collaboration is working out. and have a good rest of the competition.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for taking the time to come talk to us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. You see, collaboration is so important in engineering anyways.
Right.
Because when engineers collaborate, something great is bound to happen.
Because more ideas together always means better idea in the... Well, I mean, not always.
No, yeah.
There is a camel is a horse designed by a committee. Sometimes it goes sideways on you. But, when you have more ideas to choose from, more people in the room, and more people of diverse backgrounds, you get more ideas. More ideas means more things to choose from. And in this case, we've got super diverse backgrounds because we've got an international team.
Different countries working together. They're engineers from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
I really like that.